We decided one daily segment wasn't enough for Bill Bush and Bill's Thrills, so we turned it into a week-long podcast recap. Here's Bill's Thrills Rewrapped, sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is a Football Facts Monday. Bill, what do you have in mind today?
Football facts. Obviously, we're so getting started in this season. God, it gives us so much things to talk about. My biggest thing with football, this happens every game. It's so critical in your first game and early in the season. But this is a true statement. You lose more games than you win.
Oh,
You lose more games than you win. I'm going to go to the New Mexico-Montana State, and I watched every play. I was pulling so hard for them. They were up 31-14 in the fourth quarter.
New Mexico.
31. New Mexico was up. They missed 2 field goals during that time. They had 2 game changers, game-ending catches. Twice hit them right in the chest.
New Mexico.
And if they just catch the ball and hold on and fall down, the game is over.
Yep.
OVER, it's over. Instead, don't make it. And then they have them backed up. 4 minutes to go. They're up by 10 with 4 minutes to go.
New Mexico.
Montana State's on their own 6-yard line. They ran outside zone for a 96-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
A 96-yard touchdown run.
Some guy named Stone, white running back.
It was remarkable the things that happened. You lose more games. And they threw him to a receiver, one of the drops. He had caught like 8 balls for 100-some yards, whatever it was, a ton of catches. They hit him right in the hands.
Ouch.
The next one like that, hit him right in the hand. The both of them there again, to end the game, you lose more games than you win. But the one against Nevada and SMU was just mind-blowing. It was a coaching error, and it didn't seem like that it was even really addressed because it happened again. So I'll paint the scenario for you like that. And these are the things that cannot happen. It's 24-21. Nevada has the lead. 24-21, fourth quarter, Nevada has the lead. They kick off. SMU does. They just scored. They kick
Big
off.
upset brewing.
Nevada goes to be able to goes and he makes a fair catch signal.
okay.
2 yards in the end zone. Drops the ball.
Uh-oh.
Bounces to the 1-yard line. The ball then he went out and recovered it at the 1. The ball is dead at the 1-yard line.
On a kickoff.
But here's the situation that all the people talked about was, well, here's what happened, and that's the rule. It was so bad. You never ever do that. You never ever fair catch when I'm going to fair catch a ball in the end zone. So I always taught our guys like that. Never do that. You just step out of the way and let the ball hit.
Right.
When the ball
catch
hits
it
in the end zone, it's done. There's no reason to catch a fair catch ball in the end zone. There's no reason to do it. If you do that, the fair catch, you're on the 2-yard line. Yes, that makes sense to fair catch it now. When the ball is in the end zone with where you're at, you never should ever teach them to fair catch it. And the next kickoff return did the same thing. They kicked it off and they fair caught the ball or caught it and took a knee at the -2 inside the goal line by 2 yards inside the end zone. You never do that. I used to always teach the returners never ever fair catch the ball, or if you're not going to return the ball, if it's a non-return situation, just let it hit the ground and everything is over. Instead, they get the ball at the 1-yard line. 2 plays later, they get a safety. Now it's 23-24, and then they end up holding them on the safety to get the ball back. They go down and score, and SMU comes back and wins. But it was just, you lose more games than you win, and all he had to do was just let the ball hit, and it was coming out to the 25-yard line. That's all they had to do. And instead, it wasn't happening like that. And it looked like there was just some errors across the board when you lose more games than you win. Those things show up. Right now, it's like, they lost, played hard like that, but there was such a critical error in there that you just have a long time getting over. And I'm sure the special teams coordinator has got to be just sick for what happened in that game.
I think you pointed out in the group chat that also that it was 105 degrees here. It was cold in Reno. People had stocking caps on.
They had the commissioner on. I can't think the lady's name. She's commissioner of the Mountain West, and she was in a stocking cap. And the lady interviewing thanked her. She said, "Thank you for the hand warmers." And they showed the sidelines, and they had on jackets, and it looked like they were frozen. All of SMU had, all their coaches had their hands in their pockets, and it looked like it was here in Lincoln. It was 100 degrees, and it's like the first.
You wouldn't even know.
It's August. It's week 0, and they're freezing. It was remarkable to watch it. It really was.
56.
That's what the temperature was?
Yeah, not that cold. I mean, it's weird. It was weird. I guess if you're from Dallas, it's cold.
But even the announcer, like I said, the commissioner, she had on a stocking cap, and she brought hand warmers to the game.
Did she have a coat on
hand
too?
Warmers. Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely had a coat on.
That's
All
amazing.
their coaches were in hoodies and everything. Everybody was very dressed warm. They showed the crowd. I just felt bad for first game for him as a head coach to have. They played really well.
They're pretty good.
They played really well, and
Nevada?
Lubick, Matt, called a really good game. Did a really good job.
Another example of a team that was a big favorite, SMU, was a 27.5 point favorite, and they trailed the whole game. Now, they won, but they trailed the whole game, pulled it out at the end, but first game on the road, weird things happen.
Just think about it. You just catch a pass and you win the game. You're New Mexico. They were 13.5 point underdogs. Just catch the ball. Game over. Wide open also. It wasn't like, it's really contested. Nope, it wasn't. Oh, that is crushing to you as a coach.
It was also, Montana State had to have a long drive to win that game.
Oh, absolutely.
They were inside their own 10 to start the drive.
The whole thing, you thought it was going to go to overtime, kick the field goal. They went right down and scored.
Yep.
Went right down and scored with 10 seconds left, scored the winner. So just a lot of things, and that's going to happen throughout. You start watching football, when I say when some team truly just lost the game, that's what happened in that situation. And early in the season, turnovers or things that maybe you've not completely prepared for come up over and over again. There's so many scenarios that go on in football on a daily, during a game. It's remarkable. The substitutions, all the things going on, it's just a lot. So it's always nerve-wracking as a coach.
Today, it's all about things that bother Bill on Bugaboo Tuesday. Bill, what is bothering you today?
I thought I was going to a slight change up. We're going to go back in time.
No, you're not.
Going to go back in time.
Bugaboos. He flipped it as he told us what was coming. Perfect.
Back in time. Cuisine and cutlery presentation that no longer exists. Cuisine and cutlery presentation that no longer exists. The lack of the use of fine china.
Yeah,
Me and Sybil grew up in an era where our grandmas had it. Everyone, when you had a big meal, the special china came out, and also with that, like at my grandma's house, there was a sterling silverware in a wooden box, and it was velvet on the inside.
I'm tearing up.
And you would have all the utensils on the inside, and when you wash the dishes, they would do a count. We're missing a fork. We're missing a fork, and all hell would break loose. If you were missing them, you had to find, some would put it in the regular drawer. That's what happened.
You have a special gift.
And it was a big deal, but you don't see it anymore. No. We lived in an era, even like with us, me and Laura, like that. Let's get out the good china. The kids are going to be here. We don't have any good china. We have no idea what china even is. We have no special plates those handed down. We have no. That's not what no. But we grew up in an era where when you sat down to the meal, it's like, oh, yeah, they're getting the specials. You went and got it. You went and retrieved it.
What about the folded cloth napkin?
Yes.
With the silverware.
Yeah, and what's those things that go underneath it, too? What's that word? There's goes underneath the plate. There's a name for that also.
Placemat?
But no, not a placemat. This would be something a little bit different. But it was such a big deal.
Yes, it was.
When it came out, that was just giant. It was absolutely epic. And it was like, this has to be, if it's Thanksgiving, it was like, you got the big china.
You could write a book called Better Times.
It was Better Times.
You should consider it.
I'd read the book.
It's at this point now, this is genius.
I don't know about that. That's a little strong.
No, it's genius. No, it is genius. And this was more applied to my grandma. I mean, when we
grew up in this era. When you as a kid, it was like you got to find this. Hey, be careful with that.
When you sat down to eat lunch, Grandma had it all made up.
Saying it's a charger.
What's a charger? That's what I'm looking for. A charger.
Thank you, Breaker.
Thank you.
She would have the folded napkin for lunch.
It was better times.
Times.
Right now, I'll just see it off a paper plate standing up.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it, which is okay too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just. Does anybody else remember the big box, the sterling silverware in the wooden box, and it was like hinged, and you opened it up, and you brought the silverware out, and then you have to recount it when you put it back in. It was a big deal.
Missing a fork.
Yeah, missing a fork. Anything from the text line, Jake?
We got some response to Bill's Thrills today. Someone says, IQ Crew says, Fine China is about the only time that the gravy boat came out as well.
Yeah, the gravy boat. We talked about that. Yes, the gravy. And you had also, there was a fine china butter dish also. It was a heavy lid.
Yep.
Took the heavy lid off, and there's all kinds of things that went with it. Sugar came in a little with the
nice.
And it had the notch out of it for the little spoon.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yes, you had that in there.
Yeah.
And there's also little China salt and pepper shakers also. And those also came out.
The sugar one was separate from the one you would have normally.
Yes.
You would have you'd have a fine china one and then your normal
one. Absolutely.
Hizzlebear says, I have a box of gold-plated silverware while my wife and I are both 38 years old.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
Okay. Lisa says, we grew up with formal meals. I now have my mom's sterling chest and proudly use it. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Lisa.
That's another thing also. I wonder if that's Lisa from Minden. I wonder if that's who that is.
The 38-year-old.
My question for you is,
It's your friend. It's your friend.
Is
Lisa.
is that you want to, if you have it, use it. You use it on like a daily basis if you want to. Anytime you have a chance, use the fine china if you have it. But it was like, Jake, did you grow up in fine china time?
My grandma had fine china, yes. And my parents have the fine china at the house.
I bet
They've
do.
never used it though. It just sits in the chest there.
That's the fine china. We don't have fine china.
It's right by the table. We never use it though. We were like,
anything else in the text line, Jake?
yes.
We could do a whole show on this.
Sipple's #1 fan is the says,
good. Yeah, good.
The fine china comes out for Thanksgiving and Christmas Day only.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of where it was.
Yeah, kind of what it was, and it was big. It was just and you knew it was coming out, and it was kind of like a deal where it's like you sent someone to get it, go get it, and when you brought it out, it was a big deal. It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, it was my grandma. I mean, my grandma would do it.
Matt in State College, Pennsylvania, listening. He says we got china for my wedding in 2017. We've packed and moved 4 times since. We have not used it one time. Yeah. But we have it
4 times since 2017.
That's the movement right there.
It's a lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
Sean in Omaha says, my 81-year-old father-in-law breaks out the fine silverware in a box every Thanksgiving and Easter.
Nice. Easter. Easter's an occasion for sure. That's an occasion.
Better times.
Doug in Northwest Lincoln says, better times. We still use the cloth napkins and bring out the fine china in honor of my mother-in-law.
God bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So thank you. There you go. That's the headline again, Bill, on that one.
The headlines: cuisine and cutlery presentation that no longer exists. The lack of fine china.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped, sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bill, is it a Wild Card Wednesday? Is it
Wild
a
Card Wednesday?
Okay,
Wild Card Wednesday. I did talk to Scott and Ty yesterday on the phone. Yes.
How are they?
It's great. They had a customer. I tried to help them out with that. So send them some. Yeah, they have some business coming.
You send them some business.
Yes, and that's what we do. That's what we help out the breakers, those who advertise with us. That's just what we do. But I'm telling you right now, something hit me yesterday. So we're way off pace. It's not football. It's not anything.
Okay.
It's just that, first of all, the country, it's a mess. No, it's not. The country's not a mess. There's spirit animals everywhere. And I wanted to hit on some spirit animals.
I like this.
The spirit animals, we talk about
spirit
Sarah.
Animals.
But I'm just telling you right now, my fandom of random mindless acts of kindness. My fandom
mindless acts
of fandom mindless acts of kindness. Great people still exist.
I'm pulled in here.
I'm at Hy-Vee the other day. I'm going through the line with this very nice lady in front of me. She's hectic. She's getting stuff done, and she gets done, and she has a lot of stuff that she just purchased. She got a big deal. She goes, and they have the fuel saver at Hy-Vee. You punch the number in like that, and you get discount gas for it. When my wife does it, I don't do it. She looks over at me and goes, "Hang on real quick. You have a fuel saver number? I'll just give you my number, and then you can take the money off of this to put it on your card to have it." I'm almost like, who does that?
Nobody.
Who does that? Then all of a sudden, she thought the first thing. You know what the first thing she thought of was someone else. Right away, thought of someone else. The ability to think of others.
So you could use her fuel saver.
Yeah, I
save money.
Yeah,
wow.
It's just like she's like, I get mine at Sam's or Costco or something. If you want mine, you can have it. Instead of just being mindless acts of kind. I did not, because I didn't know how to do it. Because Laura does it, and I don't even know what the number is. Then it gets better. So we have someone come over that's by our house, and they're helping us with the project there. And I'd done a massive pruning of trees. I mean, and I've got a pile. It's ginormous, where I'd hauled it all over on this side piece of concrete that we have, got it all set and ready to go like that. And then I take it, and then I cut it all up, and I put it in those paper lawn bags. It takes a lot of time, and Laura does it too. It takes a long time. All of a sudden, there's this young man, probably 18 years old. He had picked all of it up in like 4 different loads and loaded it into his trailer. I didn't even talk to him. I go, what are you doing? He goes, I thought I'd just help out. It's like you had a bunch of stuff here, and I thought I'd just throw in the back of my trailer.
Random acts of kindness.
And I was like, oh my. I said, this is incredible that you, so once again, America's fine.
Random
acts like that. I'm at the car wash. I pull in. I'm getting my truck washed. The guy jumps out right there, and he's like, Coach, football 2 days. This is incredible. Asked me for some things and stuff. And I'm pulling in, and I'm like, oh crap! I got I don't have the retractable mirrors. It's kind of hard like that. Guy jumps out. Boom, 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 boom. Goes the other side. Hell, I'll put him in for you real quick. Random acts of kindness that show up. My fandom of random mindless acts of kindness. I'm just telling you, it's addictive. I mean, it talk about a spirit animal. They changed my whole day. When someone this one thing like that.
Think about that.
Hey, do you want to have my fuel saver stuff right there? Yeah. Just like, are you kidding me?
That's very kind.
I agree with you. There's a lot of that out there.
There's so many good people, and it is. I mean, I left Hy-Vee on a high. I was like, wow. I just went in there to get some stuff, and all of a sudden I go, this lady was incredible. It's everywhere. Anytime you do just simple acts of kindness.
Yeah, you got to think about that.
The guy picked up enough stuff. He had to take several trips to pick it up. And it's laying there. The reason I leave it lay there is because I let all the leaves die on it. Then I can cut them up easier and and stash them easier. That's what I do. He's like, don't worry about it. And then he kind of looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, no, it is kind of a big deal that you did that.
It is.
So, like I said, I'm way off. I'm way out there on this one.
No, you're not.
I like this one.
But
it's a good one.
I just, when people...
You're not way out there.
Fandom of random.
When people do things like that, how it changed your life. And that is, like we talked about, like be the newbie you be the one who finds the newbie, a new person
100.
in school and that type of thing. Same thing. If you're just somewhat nice to someone at school today on the smallest deal, it changes everything.
Or you can just sit by yourself.
It just changes. That's what you said. Hey, listen, if you're just working through some stuff, just sit by yourself and deal with it. That's what Simple taught us.
Don't talk
You're
it
fine.
out.
You're fine.
Don't
shut
talk
up.
it out.
Eat your meal and just be happy that the other kids have friends. That's what Steve Simple told us to do. Just don't worry about it. Just eat alone, and their life's better than yours.
Leave your problems to yourself.
Squash the problems.
Keep to yourself.
Keep to yourself. And just be happy.
Nobody wants to hear your problems.
Nobody wants to hear your problems. So Petrinka would tell us. No one really cares. So just
all right. Anyway,
be
random acts of kindness, and if you do a random act of kindness, you will feel better.
Yes,
you will feel better.
There was. I'm not going to name names, but there was a younger freshman came up to Gigi after this event at a pep rally the other day, and just told her, she goes, Gigi, I thought you did great tonight.
There you go.
From a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And guess
Compliment.
what? Gigi talked to us about it. She goes, this is really cool. This is what happened today. And I'm just like, oh, I go, you've probably done something. But I mean, the little things that can change
it. It is so big.
Did pies change our day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did the watermelon change our day? We get watermelon.
Mossman shows up with watermelon.
The attorney.
Yes. The attorney of the stars with watermelon.
Watermelon.
But
we
just
didn't
little
acknowledge
things.
it. I'm glad you did that. Yeah, he took time to come in with how many?
But just any little things like that can just change you. Do it. Be that person. Be the spirit animal. Be Sarah.
I think it is very meaningful. Just little things. Just little things.
Anything from
Ben,
the text?
please.
We got some
Ben,
response
listen.
in the text line. Kmart Steve says, Bill must have looked fairly disheveled in the line at Hy-Vee for the lady to feel that kind of sorry for him. Come on, Kmart Steve.
I might have.
I don't think it was that.
She's just being kind.
I might have. I might look a little bit disheveled. There's a chance. I
Need help, sir?
Yeah, I think since you did also said, do you need help to your car? Do you know where your car's at, sir? I can help you. Do you have a panic button on your? Just press this button. It'll beep. We'll get you there. Just eat by yourself. You're fine. Be happy that the others have a better life than you.
Just
Yes.
Be envious,
Be envious of the other people.
Nobody cares about your problems.
No one cares about your problems. Squelch him. Who should you talk to? Nobody. Don't talk to anybody. You get home, your parents ask your day, your day's fine.
Just leave the person alone.
we did have some positive. Chase says, I had somebody let me use the rewards points at the grocery store in Ashland, home of Romans, by the way.
Yeah.
Saved me $20 on my groceries with their rewards points.
Yeah.
Every so often.
Every little thing like that is just it is just one of those things that's just like wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Ted on the text line says,
Ted.
I want to say to all three of you, you always make my day and you're all very much appreciated. #kindness.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Ted.
nice.
Ted, do we hear from Ted?
Would we be considered
Yes.
spirit animals for Ted? That
Maybe.
would be.
Could we be? That's a compliment.
Ted, let us.
if we
That'd
are.
be a huge compliment. Thank you, Ted. That's very nice of you.
God bless.
Very nice.
Thank you, Ted. Appreciate that.
Yes.
And Mick on YouTube says, shout out to Sip real quick. Met him at Casey's. He was very kind. We even talked motorcycles for a little bit. Thanks for keeping it real, Steve.
You're welcome, Mick.
That was
You're
Mick.
welcome.
I
Mick.
think people would find out that we talk to everybody.
Me too.
We're pretty
If
good
if
about
somebody wheels up
Oh,
or just like that, hey, like that, or give you whatever. I stop and talk to anybody like that.
At Technology Days, we
Yeah.
talked to that guy.
Whoever
talk to people?
I talked to
You
to
guys
everybody.
went to Technology Days.
We did.
It was actually a great time.
And you had that picture with Sonny. It was
We're
unbelievable.
sad that you weren't there, but you were busy. You had meetings
I
and stuff
have
to
a
do.
job.
I came back from Giltner. We met up.
We did.
Jake tricked him into an extra ice cream cone. I go,
I had
some people
two.
got two, and Jake goes, I had two. It was almost at the same time. I spray tanned. It was right in the same deal. I had two.
Yeah, I had two. And the meal was
I think
excellent,
Jake would
by
be
the
the
way.
spirit animal of our show. Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he's very kind. He's always helping because you and me need a lot of help. The help we need is a lot.
No,
we
100.
do. So Jake does all
I'd
that
say
for us.
Ben's a bit of a spirit
Ben
animal.
is.
Oh, he is.
He has takes
He is.
and everything. He's got
On
takes.
everything. There's not one thing Ben won't comment on.
We could
Not
be
one
down,
thing.
and Ben has the takes on
Yeah.
something. He lifts us back up.
As soon as break happens, Ben comes out of the producer room, and he's out in the middle of things. He has some things
Today,
to say.
the big one was, I don't know why you put lemon on pie.
That was his big one.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
Before we get to the game show, Phil Ruhlman, from Ruhlman Steakhouse.
No
Yeah,
way.
Phil.
He's an everyday breakery comic. He says, I need to bring steak and eggs to you guys as an act of kindness. We would gladly accept.
We
Phil.
would accept.
gladly
We would
accept.
love that. God.
With John Benton.
If him and John Benton show up again, I'll lose my mind. I'll lose my.
Without even
I
knowing?
thought about this the other day.
Surprise?
John Benton ran Wilderness Ridge at age 15. He ran Wilderness Ridge. He was taking tea times, and he was also the head chef. He was doing everything.
He's handling their books.
He handled their books. He did all their accounting, and he did all their accounting.
Swim
at Wilderness
helped
Ridge. Swim would go over there from Amigos and help him out.
At age 14.
But at age 15,
Little Swim.
At age 15, he was the head chef. He ran the entire kitchen. Also took tea times and also did the books.
I'm really,
And clean the carts once in a while.
Yeah,
too.
John
Clean the
Benton.
carts.
I feel somewhat honored that Phil Ruhlman listens to our show.
I'm in shock.
He chimes in about every day on YouTube.
Could you imagine what Phil's schedule's like?
Yeah.
Because he's still on boards and everything.
Right,
with Gallup.
With Gallup. He's still running that because he invented it.
We need to tighten up.
Yeah, we got to get better.
yeah,
Thank
we-
you, Phil.
yeah.
We all want to be a
Jake, can we
gotta
tighten up?
Yeah.
a little
We
bit?
got to be a
to
Phil.
a certain extent. Sarah on YouTube, not Sarah Madsen.
Okay.
but
Are you sure it's not
a
Sarah
spirit-
Madsen?
Spirit animal. Sarah says, I didn't even like football when I started listening to this show. I just liked your kind and fun banter. Now I'm becoming a true Husker. Thank you all.
I don't
Thank
even like
you, Sarah.
football either.
I bet she's building a breaker. I bet she's brought other
Yeah,
people into
build
the loop
breakers,
too.
Sarah.
I bet she's.
What do you call it? Build a break.
Build a
That's right. That's
breaker.
the-
Expand the circle. Expand the circle.
You call it build a break.
Build a breaker.
That's what
I
we call
like
it.
that. Yeah.
It's been a
let
part of Bill's
people
Thrills
know.
before.
Yeah, let people. Has it?
Yeah.
And you have to let them know about the app, though. You have to let them know about the app.
Build a breaker was definitely a
Was I
big-
out that day?
Nope.
You were
You were
certainly
here.
I
here.
might have been
We all
out.
talked
You
about
said
it.
you liked the idea. You loved it.
That was the week I was in Texas.
Nope, you were here. Definitely here.
Build a breaker.
Nope.
I think it was that day you were talking about that person that lifts weights, and that's incredible.
Back to more of Bill's Thrills Rewrapped. Sponsored by Acres Equipment on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bill, it is a cool parenting tips Thursday, and what do you have for us today?
And I know we're up against time. I just wonder if there'd be pushback from the listeners, from the breakers, if we ever went longer than 2 hours. I wonder if there's any pushback
Would you
from that.
please not bring that up?
I just want to know if there
Bill?
would be cool
Bill,
parenting tips.
we're going to behave today, okay?
Airport appreciation and awareness. Airport appreciation and awareness. Tidbits for the kid bits. Tidbits
Good headline.
for the kid bits.
Good headline.
I just selected 4. There's numerous. I
Okay.
selected 4. One thing to teach your kids: the massage chairs, the big massage chairs. You see the ones that'll do your calves.
Never
and
been in
everything.
it.
Here's the thing you need to teach them. Just go sit in them. You don't even have to use them. No one's monitoring those. The people who put them in there, they don't run the thing. You can just sit and relax in them and just look at your iPhone in there. No one runs them. No one's going to come over, hey, buddy, if you're not using that thing, you got to get out. No one has any knowledge of those. So in Omaha, there's 2 of them sitting right there. I sit in them all the time.
Do you?
I just relax like that. It's comfortable. Teach your kids. No one's doing that. That's one.
Can we get a plaque up in Apley?
Yes,
Bill Bush's requirement.
I'm just telling you, you'll see people always walk by. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. Just sit down. Don't put any money in it. It's a full leather
nice
lounge chair. Sit
That's
in
the
it.
first bullet point.
Number 2,
Yes.
moving walkways. The moving walkways.
yes.
I use them to gain time. If you're ever caught just standing on a moving walkway, if you are that tired that you only go 1.2 miles an hour. People are walking past you
Okay,
way
what are you
faster.
suggesting here? What are you suggesting?
When you're on the moving walkway, you have to get on the walkway and you have to walk. Yes, you don't get to stand
you?
on the moving walkway.
Okay, now
No.
hold on. No,
I think he's suggesting the moving part of the moving walkway is you.
Yes.
You're also moving.
Yeah, you're also moving.
Okay, now that's interesting
it
because I
just-
don't always walk.
It just creates
That doesn't surprise
no,
anyone,
It just
I'll
creates
tell you.
more speed to where you're going. You have to keep walking. You don't just stand. You ever see how slow they go? Oh, if people are walking, they're going way faster
Right.
than them. So it drives me nuts. But teach your people that.
I
Here's
walk
the
on
next
the walkways,
thing.
yes.
Yes, here's the next thing.
Bullet point 3.
Food prices, home food. Teach your kids when you go to the airport, food prices are going to be elevated, deal with it. Don't be all like, well, just it's what it is. I paid $11 for a mini pizza the other day.
you pointed that
$11 for a mini pizza. Guess what? It's okay. It's just part of the deal. Your whole life will not be screwed up. If you're 14 years old and you buy $11 pizza, it's not, well, I can't get a car now. Nope, you'll be just fine. The next part of it is, I saw a lot of people on my last trip, they brought their own food. They had in Tupperware, they had sandwiches with it. That's fine.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm a
Did
total.
on your last trip?
Last trip, people was also like, yeah, if you want to bring your own food, nothing wrong with that. But understand the food situation
Okay.
there. Last one.
Interesting.
TSA pat down. I got selected. The TSA. And here's the deal. Kids, remind your kids, if you ever have to go through this with is this your bag, sir? Yes. They take it over and do all that stuff. They didn't wake up that morning with your picture, like at 4 a.m., and going like, I'm going to get this guy. They had no idea. It's just completely random. So when you go over there, just stand there. Just let them do the stuff. Don't give them all the palms up and what's going on. I'm not, I'm not a terrorist or anything. No, just let them look at your stuff. Everything got tagged in mine that I had explosives. They said it's tested positive for explosive in 2 spots. They had to take everything out twice, run it twice. Like, then they come back and they're like, no, you're fine. Go ahead and leave. That was it.
Well, thanks for that.
That was it. So that's another thing. Just don't get all worked up about it.
Don't get worked up
Don't
about
get
the
worked up
pat
about it.
down.
Massage chairs, moving walkways, food prices, TSA.
Headline one more time.
Airport appreciation and awareness. Tidbits for the kid bits.
It's good. Can you think of any other tidbits, Mike, Jake? Any other tidbits
Schaefer,
you
you
would
just-
share?
The big thing is just like be ready when you go through TSA. Don't be the guy who's somehow caught off guard that you're in the line that everyone knows
All of a sudden,
that you're.
keys. I got my keys in my pocket. How could this happen?
I don't
Be ready.
have my
have,
ID
have the
out.
stuff put away. Have your shoes ready to take off if you're taking off. If you have a jacket, you could consider taking the jacket off while you're in line, so you don't have to make a big show of it when they're like, "Sir, you got to remove the jacket."
There was a moment in Detroit one time when I had my cell phone as I went through the thing, and that man that was working lost it a little bit. He goes, "It's metal, man." It's like, yeah, I just forgot.
What's wrong with you?
So I'm like shit. So as I'm standing in line,
I'm doing everything I can
I have
to be
my
as efficient
backpack.
as
I have
possible,
everything
yeah.
in my backpack. My wallet, my key, whatever, everything. My phone.
So
It's all in there.
disappointed in you.
Yeah.
It's metal,
Same
man.
exact way.
Yeah.
Come on. Some response from the text line here.
The responses to
We have a lot of response here. Let's see. Hang on a second.
No, you're good.
Someone says, it's not random. They always come for me. Even when I was getting engaged, they pulled out the ring from my bag case and all asked me about it. Cool guys, they always just they pull me over every time.
Okay,
This person
interesting.
says
He
he's
feels he's
getting targeted.
He
here.
might be targeted.
Someone says, great take, Bill. Great training for the kids, kid bits,
Kid bits.
at the airport. Do Do you ever use the shoe shiner without paying for that too?
Do you
What's
do
that?
that?
The shoe
No,
shiner.
but that's incredible. When you see the shoe shiner, I've done the shoe
can't
shiner
get those
before.
shoes
No,
shined.
these can't be shined, but
No.
it's kind of lost its luster a little.
Yeah, I don't ever wear the shoes that
it's
need
like
to be
just,
shined.
just remember.
You
let's
don't?
See, you two
And
are
generally, I don't even know that I have a pair of shoes that I'm worried about them
worried
being
about
shined at
Yes,
any point.
the
So.
age is on this end is too far. But me and Sip lived
That's
in
for
the
the
world.
attorneys of the world.
Yes, me and Sip lived in the world right when you got off the plane, especially in recruiting.
Yeah.
Right when you got off the plane, you went right to a bank of phones, a bank of
right.
of pay phones to get your messages, see what happened, and
you
who
did
you're getting
that.
a hold of. Now there's not even a pay phone in a airport anymore.
You don't. I don't think you see that.
No, I haven't. No, there's none.
Jeff in Lincoln says, Bill, I got tidbit number 5. He says, the seat in front of you is not a jungle gym, kid.
Ooh, ow. Okay, all right. That got real. It's
I got real right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, really dive into this with those massage chairs because
That's
no one's
interesting.
monitoring those. A company brings them in, they set them down, and they just go home.
never done it.
Yeah, you can do it now.
Okay.
Just do it.
I can't tell if this is a great piece of advice or if it's pathetic. Tommy says, find an elderly person to help through security. You get to jump to the front of
I
security.
don't think that's pathetic at all. You're helping us. You're helping somebody. Helping yourself.
He said help.
What do you do? Just find someone. Excuse me, you look elderly.
Look at him.
Do you need?
Do you need
Can
some
I assist?
assistance?
Can I do assistance?
Can I
help you?
I'm fine. I don't think you are.
I'm with Connie here, just helping Connie through. Everyone, be
Nothing to
cool.
see
Be
here.
cool. Connie's elderly.
That's an interesting take by who
Yes.
was that?
That was Tommy. So
Tommy,
that-
okay,
the text
Tommy.
line there.
Anything else, Jake?
Let's see. Ellis says at the baggage claim, don't pack around the carousel. Stand back a little bit. Then
Oh,
move
we've done
forward
that
when you
one.
see your
That's a
bag. You
tough
have.
one.
Yeah, we did that one already.
No, Bill has covered
did
that,
that
one.
one.
Yeah, we did that
I
one.
do get
that
right
was a
up there.
bugaboo. It's like you stand back, and you see it come out, and then you go get it.
God dang it! I
The
don't-
8 people that have their face stuck right there, it's like, that's not mine. That's mine. It's like they drive me
I
nuts.
tend to get right on it. I tend to get right
Is
on
it because you're worried that you're going to lose it in the maze of which
Yeah,
it goes?
I mean, you just wait. Just let it go come, and you
that
walk
circle,
up.
it'll never come back through again.
No, this is a take from Ted.
I mean, I guess I can stand back now.
Yeah.
Bill has taught me a lot of etiquette.
It hasn't been hard.
Ted informed us on the
You're saying there's a lot of
There's
opportunities?
a lot of opportunities.
Ted says, Bill, the new massage chairs, they have an alarm that go off if you sit on them too long without paying, apparently.
Really, the one in Omaha doesn't.
Well,
I
that's
sit there
good.
for- I
Keep
sit
it
there
that
for-
way.
They just start up. They just is
No,
that what he's
they'll kick
suggesting?
you off, basically.
Oh, they'll kick
so
you
you
off.
can't sit here. Unless you
Oh, I thought
pay
if you
for this.
sat in it long enough, it just start.
That would be nice.
I would like to know the meeting where that happened. The company that puts us together, and there's a
just put
guy
an
sitting
alarm
there. He's
on
like,
that.
"We need an alarm
Yes.
for the freeloaders just sitting in our
Just imagine
object,
You're not gonna
entirely
pay-
designed to be sat."
How are you guys going to make it in life? I think the best thing, the massage chairs in the airports, because I see no one in them ever. That's why I sit in them. If you see someone there getting the calf massage at 2:30 in Epley,
That's an option, though.
it's an option. It's an option. You can do it.
Really?
Jake, have you ever done that?
No.
I'm a little
At the
surprised.
airport?
Yeah.
Why am I bougie or something? Or what?
A little bougie. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You think I just go in there and, hey, I want to pay for all this stuff at the airport?
You've lost a lot of weight. So
Apparently,
something else is
yeah, Amos still lost 20
dropped
pounds.
30.
Yeah, I guess
Do
so.
they not have them at the Amtrak station?
I didn't see did not see a reclining chair there. No, didn't see a massage chair at all.
That's